right. So here's what I want to say. First of all, basketball, it's physical, right? But basketball is even more so or just as much mental. So you've got to imagine this young team, no playoff experience, most of them. Dantas has a little bit, right? They don't have any playoff experience, the starters, okay? They are excited about the fact that they get a chance. 2016, okay? 2016, that's the last time they've been in the playoffs. That was the goal. So they're excited. I guarantee you all day. They couldn't wait till game time. They couldn't wait till 2 o'clock my time, 3 o'clock Connecticut time, right? They're excited about it. So they get out there. As usual, they win the tip. First shot goes in. Of course, Bonner, her first shot goes in, right? Looks like Aaliyah Boston is looking pretty good. So what happens? You've got all this momentum, and I'm not making any excuses for this team for their poor defense or anything like that. But I want you to hear me out, okay? So you're excited. You get out there. What happens? Aaliyah Boston, there's a series of things that take place. One of them is that Aaliyah Boston has to deal with the horrible officiating that takes place in this league. I've already told you, if I were commissioner of the WNBA, I would clean house where officials are concerned. That's why I started with the question. I asked you guys, how many of you felt that officiating played a factor in this game? The officiating is really bad when Aaliyah Boston is down the street. I mean, down the street from the play, from the foul you just called, and you called the foul on Aaliyah Boston. Remember what I said. You are a young team. You are in the playoffs. You have not been in the playoffs. You are excited. You're ready to go. You feel the momentum. And then boom, officials right off the bat. Right off. Thank you, Alan. Right off the bat, they make a call that is so egregious that you've got Aaliyah Boston, who's mellow. All of a sudden, she's called for a foul that eventually gets changed to Lexi. But I'm looking at it. You're looking at it. She's down the street, basically. Of course, this is hyperbolic when I say down the street, but you get the point. She's not anywhere near there, and they just happen to call that on Aaliyah Boston. Now, she's pleading with her coach. She's pleading with her coach. Review, right? Challenge. And she had to do it over and over again. Challenge it, right? Because she's nowhere near it. Momentum shift already. The excitement. You're ready to go. You're ready to rock. You're ready. You're in the playoffs. Let's go. Your first shot goes in. Boom. And then what? Foul? Who? Me? I'm not even near there. So now what do we got to do? Now we have to stop. Now we've got to review, which takes 50 years in this league. So now all the momentum we had, now we got to wait and watch what's obvious to anybody looking. And now, of course, they changed the call. So that's one thing. Then Ty Harris gets hurt on the other team. Momentum again stops. Now, and we obviously feel sorry for her getting hurt. But now we got to wait throughout this whole thing while she's down on the floor. And how is she? Is she okay? Okay, now we got to go. Now we got to wait. She got to hop out. Everybody's clapping. They're glad that she's up. Everybody's okay. But that definitely does something to your momentum. Basketball is not just physical. It's psychological. It's emotional. It plays a factor. Okay. So then early in the game, Cece gets the eye poke. So now she's down on the ground. So now we're concerned about how she's doing. She's wiping her eye. They're trying to figure things out. So there it is. So now we got that. And what I'm trying to say again, I'm not making excuses for any bad coaching. I'm not making excuses for any bad defense, for any of that. I'm saying that the game is a game of momentum, and all these things impact momentum. And then your eye gets poked out. You don't get a foul called. You got all this stuff going on. Again, it's a game of momentum. You came in ready to go, and now you've got bad call, poke in the eye, other girl hurt, time wasted. And then on top of that, what the heck is up with the clock? This is a problem. Understand, this team, this Indiana Fever team, they're a fast-paced game. They need to run because you don't want this team having to play in the half court. How interesting it is that you get a stop, you get a rebound, you get an opportunity to run, and what do we get? Whistle, stop. Something's wrong with the clock. Then another time in the game, you're ready to run. That's what we do. That's what got us to the playoffs to begin with. What happens? Woo, whistle. Something's wrong with the clock. Now, I'm not gonna go so far as to say it was on. I'll leave that to you guys. All that I'm saying is this: those kinds of things, it stops the flow of the game. It stops the momentum of the game. It works on you psychologically. What the heck is going on? When we are about to run the ball, we get a rebound and the whistle keeps blowing because you done brought in amateur equipment or amateur people, or you didn't test out the equipment, or whatever the case may be. How you gonna be in a playoff game in the WNBA, in a professional basketball league where people are playing for their postseason lives, and your machine, your equipment, or your people are that jacked up? You can't even get out and run like you want to go. I don't know how many points that may have cost us in the game. I'm not going to calm down, David. Tell me to calm down. I'm just telling the truth. That kind of thing doesn't happen. And an official never is supposed to stop play if it puts the team at a disadvantage. Even if somebody gets hurt, if someone gets hurt and they're down on the floor, the official, if the other team has an advantage, the official is not going to blow the whistle and keep the other team from getting a layup, from getting an easy score. They'll hold off on that because that's just not what you do. But in this case, it just seemed like it was just a little bit something. My point is that those things that I'm talking about, bad calls early in the game, people getting injured early in the game, got to make a challenge early in the game, got to stand around when you're ready to rock and roll, and then this stupid problem with the clock has an impact. It does.